Last week, you did some work with psychoanalytic theory. This week, you'll be working with Marxist analysis. While the terminologies of these two schools of thought sound very far apart, they are more similar in perspective and methodologies than you might think. Both Freud and Marx offer closed ideological systems. What this means is that they have developed a perceptual framework that projects forward specific assumptions that shape our understanding of specific detail. For instance, most Freudian readings ultimately assume that texts are about individual and cultural negotiations of impulse, desire, control, and repression. And a text simply displays how these processes can be worked out. For Marxist readings, all texts can be reduced to the interplays of class, wealth, and power. In a lot of ways, psychoanalytic and Marxist readings can be very formulaic, but this said, when used as tools, they can offer very perceptive insight into specific textual features. Freud and Marx offer ideologies to help us understand our world according to a delimited vocabulary. In a lot of ways, Freud and Marx can be read as secular versions of Western religion. When reading a text from a psychoanalytic perspective, think in terms of patterns of motivation. When reading from a Marxist or material perspective, think in terms of how power or control is defined, who holds power, and how power is sought. Whether you agree with the philosophical implications of Freud and Marx is a different issue than using their methodologies to decode a text. And just because you might use their methodologies, it doesn't mean that you have to reach their conclusions as you interpret their meanings. In this regard, I'm agnostic. I pretty much use any tool that might help my understanding of a literary text, and there may be times in which I disagree with the conclusions indicated by the ideological application of the frameworks themselves. In other words, I try to let these theories work for me rather than the other way around. Good luck. I promise you, this gets easier as you go along.